This conference will now be recorded.
Very good evening to all the students who are present for today's session. I hope all of you have joined the session on time. Fine. So I just want to confirm again, is my voice audible to all of you? You can just confirm once, one or two students can just give a confirmation, or you can just, yeah, thank you so much. Yes. Yeah. So all of you are into the financial modeling session today. So today is the first class where we will be starting off the workshop on financial modeling. Christina, if you cannot hear, why don't you just log out and again log in if my voice is not audible, and also just check your speakers in case if it has any issue, you can just get it sorted. So other than Christina, I hope for everybody my voice is audible. Almost most of you have confirmed it. So in case if it is not audible, you can just log out and you can just re-log in again so that it's audible to you as well. Yes. Yeah. So let's start the session. Hope all of you are doing well. My name is Madhuri, who will be handling your financial modeling workshop. So your online sessions will be conducted with regard to financial modeling from today. So before I start the concept, the sessions on financial modeling, so let me give you a small, what do you say, an insight about the concept, how it works, and how is it, how it plays a significant role in the current scenario. So, so before I start, so most of you will have, a mission, or a desire to start up a new business venture, right? So most of you have the desire of being a business woman, an entrepreneur. So if you have to start your business venture in future, so you cannot just start like that. Yes. So lot more inputs are required, resources are required, manpower is required. So in addition, or apart from all these things, the main thing which we are most concerned of is, now what investment I'm putting today into my business, what investment I'm making today, will it fetch me reasonable returns in future? Yes, I hope most of you accept this. So now what investment I'm putting off today, will it fetch me reasonable returns or no? So this is the first thought which is going to run in my before starting up the my business. Yes, so without having a concern over that, a person will not blindly start up any business. Yes, so a person will not blindly start up any business, so without having a concern over this. So now, to start up, as I've told you, apart from the resources, apart from the manpower, the space to start your business, most important is, if I'm investing 5 lakhs today, will it fetch me reasonable returns after a couple of years? So will I have a consistency in carrying out my business? right? So all this is required, decision making is required on this. So if I don't have a clarity with regard to this, I cannot, just start off any business, on a go. So all these are required, rather I can say all these play a significant role before starting off a new business venture. So all this has a base, and for this, the concept which plays fundamental to all these is your financial modeling. So just a small discussion on this financial modeling concept. Okay, so let me share the screen with you. Right. So this is a small discussion about what is financial modeling. See, financial modeling is basically a representation in numbers of a company's operations in the past, present, and the forecasted future. So, and these models are intended to be used as decision making tools. Okay. Now, let me give you a small example. Now, not exactly concerned to this. Now, now, suppose, let's say, if I am already into the business, and my business is going on, so how do I know whether I'm performing well in my business, or I am going down, or I'm as consistent as of the previous years? So how do I analyze my current business scenario? So with the support of what statements can I make a analysis of my business, or of my financial position? So before I start this, let me ask you one simple question. I will repeat it again. So let's say I have my business going on. Okay. So it's running from a couple of years. So now, how do I, as an entrepreneur, how do I come to know, or how do I get to know that is my business performing well? Are my activities going on good? Or like, is my graph going up, or I'm consistent, or I'm going down? So any answers from your side? You can just unmute yourself and you can answer, or you can put up in the chat box, because it will also help you to understand this concept of financial modeling even in a better way. Yes. So don't, I'm not getting any answers. Yes. So Ananya and Sandhya, yes, with the help of profit and loss statements, good. With the help of the sales, I can make this analysis. Pretty good. So with the help of all these financial statements, right? I'm going to I can analyze my business position. Yes, with the help of my balance sheet, which is my position statement, with the help of my cash flows, with the help of my fund flows, with the help of my profit and loss statement, with the help of my trial balances. So if we start on, it goes on. The statements are endless. So these statements, help us to analyze our business position in a better way. We can study the current financial position. Also, we can make a comparative analysis of our business, of with that of the previous year, and of the current year. So we can just analyze the graph. So I can read my past with the present, and I can also forecast my future, like what decisions I can make, how I can improvise my business, what tools I can implement, to prosper in my business, what like what do you say, what how can I mend my activity? So all these decisions can be taken only with the help of these financial statements. So without this, I cannot even imagine what's happening in my business. Yes, so this is how practically we are going to analyze. Just by making continuous sales, just by receiving the income doesn't, you know give me that 100% or uh, fetch me 100% clarity about what's happening in my business. Only when I'm having a record of all my financial statements, when I'm analyzing what's happening in my business with respect to these statements, I cannot even get to know that what's what I'm earning, or I'm losing, or I'm in the same graph. I cannot make any analysis. So once I've started off my business, all these statements play a significant role in analyzing my financial position of my business. So financial modeling is such a concept that before I what do you say I dive or I think of starting a business, or I'm planning to start up a business. So as I've told you a couple of times, will it fetch me reasonable returns after a couple of years? Yes, can I survive in this business? Can I go ahead? And what is the proportion of risk involved? Or like, suppose if I'm investing, would it be feasible? So all these question marks, all these prompts can be answered with the help of this financial modeling. So I'm repeating it again. See, it is a representation in numbers of companies' operations, the past, present, and the futures. And such models are intended to be used as decision making tools. And these financial models are used by the organizations for various reasons, like tracking the company's performance, forecasting, and obviously budgeting, analysis of risks involved, evaluation of your business. Okay, so all these will help me to put up my decisions in a good way. Yes. So it is a practice of forecasting the cash flow measures of a company's ability to produce what investors care about, cash that's available to be distributed in a very discretionary way. So I can just make an analysis of my inflows and my outflows. Okay, what's my investments, or how in which way I can invest funds into my business. So all these I can think about. So, and we are going to learn how to create simple financial models as well as complex financial models by using Excel as the base. Okay, in all your sessions. So Excel plays a key role in understanding this concept of financial modeling. Fine. So I hope most of you are aware of your Excel, the basic Excel. I assume that most of you have the knowledge of it. In case, I'm there always to guide you off in the entire session. So this is a small insight about your financial modeling. So now in case if I take an example, let's say of a movie, let's say. So before I invest, you know, crores of rupees together, to start up a movie, or to produce a movie, what will I first think? Considering considering the backgrounds, considering the director, considering the complete the what do you say, the people who are involved into that, considering the story, and then I will think of investing into that or producing a particular movie. Otherwise I don't even think of it. So I only think about my returns in future. Suppose if I invest these many crores, well, I'm going to get back, right? So nothing but this uh, you know uh, this is how we put up the concept of financial modeling. So as I've told you, to understand this concept, Excel becomes the base, right? So how do we define the Excel? Excel is basically called as a spreadsheet, right? In case, yes, I'll be doing my sessions. In case if you have any doubts, or if you want to ask any question, you can unmute yourself and you can raise your question. Otherwise you can just put up in the chat box. Okay, so I'll be just reviewing the chat box again, I mean, often. So otherwise you can just unmute yourself and you can raise your questions. Right. So Your Excel is basically a spreadsheet which is included in the Microsoft suite of applications. So if I talk about your Microsoft suite, which is a combined, a program of various applications. So we have Microsoft Word, which is a documentation tool. PowerPoint is your presentation tool. Excel is basically a spreadsheet program, and we have Outlook, we have OneNote, we have your Microsoft 365 to take up your online sessions. So we have around 6 to 7 tools which form the complete package of your Microsoft Office. So one of them is Excel, and I hope most of you are aware that Excel plays a crucial role for us, right? So Excel plays a crucial role, and this is how in and we are going to understand Excel in this way now, to explore financial modeling. So as I've told you, Excel is basically a spreadsheet, okay, which presents tables of values arranged in rows and columns, so that can be manipulated mathematically using both basic and complex arithmetic operations and functions. So both basic functions and advanced functions we are going to implement in understanding the formulas, okay, in and putting up in the database, and bringing up the considerable results, okay. So yes, and basically now, moment we talk about the Excel is formula based, right? So we have n number of formulas. We have arithmetical, we have trigonometry based, we have logical, so we have text based, right? So we have if functions, we have n number of functions, n number of operations, put up in your Microsoft Excel. So how do we basically define this formula? It is nothing but an expression that calculates the values in a cell or in a range of cells. So suppose if I have to calculate the sum, of a particular data, I will use, or I have to add up and calculate it, I will use the sum function. I will use the auto sum function. So function is basically a predefined formula which is already available in the Excel, right? So this is one small information, or rather I can say a small insight on Excel. So using this Excel as a base, we are going to start up your financial modeling program, right? So in case if you want to ask any question uh, on Excel, if any doubts you have on Excel before I start up the practical part of it, okay, you can just ask me. Otherwise I'll just proceed. Yes. So in case if you have, you can just put up in the chat box. Otherwise, and yeah, I'll be sharing you a file in the WhatsApp group, okay, which we are going to do today. So your first session will be completely on Excel based before we start up the case studies under financial modeling. So in case if you have anything to ask on Excel, you can go for it. Meanwhile, I'll just share the file in the WhatsApp group. So you can just download that file and you can work along with me. Yes, I forwarded the file in the WhatsApp group where all of you have got, where all of you are present. So you can just download that file. Please check in your group and download that file. Just confirm that you have received it. Fine. Yeah. Fine. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for confirming. So, yeah, I'm sharing my screen again. Right. Right. So I'll fine. Right. So I'm back in the Excel screen now. I hope all of you are in the same screen. So as I've already discussed with you, uh, the concept of financial modeling. Let's start, you know, learning some, what do you say, important concepts, which is connected with your FM, right? So first we have is the function of sum, right? So most of you would have done the sum function. The sum is nothing but the addition, right? So we calculate the sum of date to sum of data to get the proper result, or to get these final result, the aggregate result. Fine. So here we have a small database where we have the names of the students and we have the marks concerned with each subject. So I hope all of you have opened this file. Please do open the sheet. After introduction, we have sum. So open the sheet. Have you opened this sheet? After introduction, we have the second sheet as sum. Yes. Okay, fine. Right. So in case if you're unable to download, if you have any issues, you can just inform me. Right. So we have this database here where we have the names of the students and the marks concerned with each subject. Okay, fine. So here we are supposed to calculate the total marks attained by every student with regard to all the subjects. So we have three subjects here. We have English, we have maths, and we have Spanish. So we have to calculate the total marks attained by every student with regard to these three subjects. Okay, as well as we have to calculate what is the total marks obtained with regard to every subject of all students. So vertically and horizontally we are going to calculate the value. See here, with regard to every student we are going to calculate the total marks, as well as subject wise we are going to calculate the sum total. Okay, so with regard to English, maths, and Spanish. So usually, in a general way, we are going to apply the sum function and we are going to calculate the total marks. So here, let me teach you that first. Equals to sum. So always, whenever we are applying any functions, any formulas in Excel, we always start with equal to sign. So without putting the equal to sign, that particular function or formula will not get activated in Excel. So always we start with equal to sign. So equals to sum, if you put, you get the list of functions, right? Some product and everything. So first you're going to select the sum function. You're going to double click on that. Okay. So please double click on the sum function. Okay. And here you're going to select the marks of John of English, Maths and Spanish. Okay. So now see, if you observe in your Excel sheet, the data is always put up in a cellular form. So we have like all data in a cellular form. So here, see here, this is how we define. We have A1, we have B1, C1, right? And here we have A2, B2, C2. So it goes on. This is how we define every cell here. And whichever cell we are going to select, okay, how can we read that cell, or how do we define that cell? If you observe in the left hand side of your screen, see where I'm pointing off to you. This is called as the, yes, cell address. See, if I select here, see, it is showing as C2 here, which means that C2 is defined as the cell address. Okay, and the place where the cell address is put up is called as your name box. Okay, so the name box will define the cell address. So suppose if I'm selecting here somewhere, it will show me that it is C4. Okay, and if you just move a bit forward, see where it is showing as equals to sum right here, and this is called as formula bar. So if I have applied any formula and I've got the result, okay, in the Excel sheet, and I just want to know like what is the formula I've applied to get that result, I can check out in the formula bar here above next to your name box. Okay, so now we are applying the sum function. So what you're going to do, what you're going to do is equals to sum. You're going to select from C4 to E4. Okay, from here till here, from C4 to E4. So what is the C4 is to E4? This is defined as a group of cells. Okay, and this group of cells is defined as what? Yes, anybody can answer this. A group of cells is defined as what in an Excel? Yes, Shruti, it is showing the definitions. No, no. Have you opened the basic and the advanced Excel file? You have to go to the second sheet to get the file open. Some it is there, see. Shruti Raghuveer. The first sheet is the introduction sheet. The second sheet is which we are actively working on. I hope you've got the sheet, Shruti Raghuveer. Yes, if you've got it, you can just yes, put up. Right. So, yes, I asked you a question. Yes, fine. Thank you, Shruti. So, a group of cells is defined as what? Anybody can answer this question? How do we define a group of cells in an Excel? Very good, Bhavna. It is range. So, a group of cells is defined as range in Excel. So now what you are seeing here as of now, right? C4 is to E4, which is defined as a range, right? So now you're going to close the brackets and you're going to press enter. So you're going to get the result, right? So I've got the total marks of John. He has got 199. Okay, totally. Now, now we have to calculate the total marks of all the students, right? So what we are going to do? Are we going to apply the sum function again and again? No. We can use the auto completion series, okay, also called as fill handle in your Excel, okay. So if you just come up to the right hand side bottom of your cell, that is your F4, can you see, a black plus sign which is appearing at the bottom? So if you just click on that and just drag it to the other cells, you're going to get the result of all the students here. Okay, so this is how we are going to use the sum function to get the results of all the students. So this is the genuine way, or I can say the general way I've shown how do we apply this sum function to get the result. Okay, now I've also given you one here. Using the auto sum also we can get the result. So what is this auto sum, where we're going to use the alt and equal to sign? Okay, so how do we do that? Now see, here I have to calculate the total of English, total of maths and Spanish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my cursor to C8. Okay, and I'm using the alt and the equal to sign together, and I'm going to get the sum function put up. So I'll just press enter, I get my results. So instead of using the sum, I can use the alt and equal to sign, where I can get the result. So I'll repeat it again. See here, I'll just use the alt and equal to sign together, and I'll press enter, I get the results. Right, see here. This is how I can also get the results. The same thing also you can apply here as well. So I've shown you both how you can apply the basic sum function as well as how you can apply the auto sum function for this database. In case if you're unable to get, if you have any confusions, you can ask me to repeat it. I'll repeat it again. In case if you have any doubts, you can also raise your doubts. So you can just finish working on this. I hope the auto sum function is clear for you. You can use the alt and the equal to sign to get your sum function applied for the database. Yes, I hope all of you have completed this, right? Very good. Fine. So I hope the sum function is clear for you. So after sum, we have the next one, which is the subtraction, right? So I hope no one, all of you are clear with regard to applying the auto sum function. So we can go for the next one, which is your subtraction. So all of you open the next second sheet after sum. Just put up as sub over there. Okay. Yeah, so we have here, right? We have a database where we are going to find the profit or loss for each case. Okay, so we have the products here. Okay, the list of products which is being put up in the table. Okay, so we have TV, CD players, iPod, iPad. Okay, LCD, PlayStations. One second. Right. So here we have, okay, and we have the cost of the product of every product, and also we have the sales price. So if we take TVs, the cost is 42,000, but we are making a sale at 40,000. CD player, of course, the cost is 4. We are going to sell out at 5,000 rupees. iPod cost is 5,600, sold at 6,000. iPad 31,000, sold at 33,000 rupees. BlackBerry 26,000, sold at 27,000. LCD, again cost is 30,000, sold at 45. The last one is PlayStation. The cost is 9, sold at 10,000 rupees. So here we are going to determine either we have earned profit or we have incurred loss with respect to the sale of every stock item. Okay, so how do we calculate this? By using the subtraction function. So it's a very simple function uh, to be applied. Okay, so equals to, can just select the cell directly. So how do we calculate the profit or loss? It is nothing but your sales price minus the cost price, right? So you're going to start with, as I've told you, equals to sign your sales price, the minus sign, and you're going to put up your cost price and press enter. So you're going to determine whether you've got a loss or you've earned profit. So from the sale of TV, we have made a loss of 2,000 rupees. Okay. So again, if we take this sale of CD players, we have made a profit. So with regard to every product, you're going to calculate this. Okay. So like this, we are going to calculate the profit or loss with regard to every stock item which we have sold. I hope it's clear. So please complete the table and determine the profit earned or loss incurred with regard to every product. Also, you can use the fill handle or the auto completion series which I have done and drag for the rest of the products and get the results quickly. So once you get it done, you can just let me know. Fine. Make sure all of you complete that table and arrive at the result. Good. So most of you have completed it. In case if you have not done, you can just complete it as soon as possible. So two concepts we have covered till now. We have applied the sum function and the subtraction. Next, after subtraction, we're going to apply the average. Okay, so now I'll be moving on to the average function here. Yeah. So here we have a table where we have the zone, and with respect to every zone, we have how many units we have sold and what is the amount involved with respect to the units sold. So we have zone starting from Delhi to Noida. So for Delhi, we have made a sales of 123 units, and this total sales amount is 3075. For Indore, we have made a sales of 87 units, and the amount involved is 2175. Okay, right? So here you're going to calculate the average of sales unit and the sales amount. And for Bangalore, of course, 125 units are being sold. 3,125 is the amount involved. For Madras, 134. Patna, 56 units. Bhopal, 45 units. Mathura, 34 units. Kanpur, 46 units. And Noida, it is 345 units. So corresponding column, we have the amount of sales. So here we are going to calculate the average. So what is the average units sold with respect to all these zones? So here we are going to use the average, okay, function. So here, how do you go for it? Equals to AV. So the second one, average, we are going to use. Just double click on that formula. Yeah, equals to average. So you're going to define the range now from D8 to D16, and shift key, close the brackets. And press enter. You're going to get as 111. So on an average, we have made a sales of 111 units, and the amount also you can calculate in the same way, equals to average. Yes. So hope all of you have got the same result. 111 units are being sold, and the amount involved is 2,764. Super. Fine. So we have done with the sum function, subtraction, average. The next is a very important one, interesting one, which is your nothing but sum product. So in case if you have not done, please complete it, and then we'll move on to the next one. The others who are still working, please finish off. Right. So now we are going to go for the sum product. So the next sheet, as the fourth sheet, is your sum product. Yes. Yes. So we are on this page now. So we have here two case studies, okay, for sum product. So both you're going to do. Fine, first you can go to case 2 and then you can go for the case 1. So one case I will show you, or rather I can say both the cases will be shown, but I'll practically show you one. The other one you can just work out and give me the result. So I'll show you the case 2 now. So case 2, we have how many loads we have purchased and what is the price paid for every load or for every lot. We have got the database here, and for this we have to calculate the total price paid for every load which we have purchased. Okay, and after we calculate the total price paid for every load purchased, we are going to calculate the sum total of the total price what we have paid. Okay, so I'll repeat again. Now we have got a database in case 2 where we have how many loads we have made a purchase of, and per load or per lot what is the price paid. So we are going to calculate what is the total price paid for let's say for 100 loads, for 500 loads, for 250 loads, as well as for 120 loads. So here we are going to apply the multiplication function or the product function to get the result. Okay, and how we are going to do that, equals to select 100, which is B32. Okay, and this we are going to multiply with the price paid per lot, and for this what function we are going to put up is the product. So equals to product. So product is used for multiplication in the Excel. So we're going to take this and this cell, which is 100 and 1200, and then we're going to close the brackets and we're going to press enter. So the total price paid is 1,20,000 for the first one. Okay. So applying the product function, you're going to calculate the total price paid for every case. You can also use the full hand or the auto completion series as well. Right. Also, I'm showing you individually what answers you're going to get. Okay. So I'm going to use the product function to get the results. Okay. So please make sure you're going to calculate this total price paid, and then I'll teach you how to calculate the sum total by using, as usual, the sum function. And afterwards you're going to learn how you can use the sum product to get your results instantly. So first calculate the total price paid with respect to every load we have made a purchase of to get this result. And after you calculate this, you're going to calculate the sum total by using the basic sum function. So the basic sum function you're going to put up as what? Equals to sum, and you're going to calculate the sum total. This is how we're going to do it. Yes or no? But using the sum product, how do you calculate the sum total is what we're going to learn now. So first you're going to finish off this, and then I will teach you how to do the sum product. Yes, I hope all of you have completed this. Right. So now using the sum product, how can we get the same result is what we're going to see now. I hope all of you are ready here. Equals to sum product. This is what you're going to select. Equals to sum product. Carefully observe. I'm going to select the first column, which is load purchase. Okay, comma, and then price paid per lot. This is my second array. My first array is the load purchase. My second array is the price paid per lot. And then shift key, close the brackets, and press enter. You're going to get the result. So instead of calculating for every unit or for every row at one stretch, we're going to calculate the sum total by using this sum product. I'll repeat it again for the ones who haven't got it or who have not understood. Okay, equals to sum product equals to sum product. Okay, so your first array should be load purchase column. So you're going to select from 100 to 120 and then put a comma and then price paid per lot, and then shift key, close the brackets, and press enter. You're going to get the result. Okay, so hope all of you have got this. Okay, so after your sum product, we are going to move to the next one, which is good. So which is an sorting function. So sorting and filtering is nothing but we are going to arrange our data, okay, alphabetical order from A to Z or Z to A, as well as we also have the concept of custom sorting. Okay, so here you're going to learn the concept of custom sorting. Okay, so before I give this exercise to you, okay, Yeah, one more thing. In some product, case 2 you have done, right? So why don't you put up the case 1 now? Before I go for the sorting function, yes. So same concept you can put up for case 1. So why don't you give me the result after putting up the case 1? Please solve this and give me the total value what you're going to get here. Yes. I hope you can solve this after you have put up the case 2. Please try with the case 1. Same thing. We have the list of the products from soap to PlayStations. We have the total cost of the product and the how many units we have sold. So how do you generate the revenue? Number of units sold into the cost of the product by using the product function. Okay, and then you're going to apply the sum product to get the total of the entire revenue. So please calculate this and give me the result. I'll give you some time, you can just make this calculation and then we will go for the sorting function. So I've got the answer as 6 lakh, yeah, 19,244. So I have two students have given me the answer. So all of you have got the same answer. Good, very good. So the same thing we are going to put up here as well, equals to your product. In numerous ways you can solve it. So I'm just showing you the main way. Yes, it's 600 the revenue generated. So you're going to get the result for all the products which are being sold. And if I'm going to apply the basic sum function, equals to sum. Okay, so I'm going to get the result. So again, if I use the sum product, because both I'm showing you how I showed you for case 2, the sum product, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to select both the arrays. Yes, from the cost of the product, comma, and the units sold. So I'm going to get the result. 6,19,000, it is 244 is what I'm going to get the result. Super. So I hope all of you have got the result. Yes, most students have put up in the chat box. Very good. Right? Yeah, thanks for your confirmation. Yeah. So after your sum product, okay, concept, the next thing, as I've told you, we're going to go for the sorting function. So sorting, I will show you the basic sorting which we are going to do before we have this, learning, which is your custom sorting. Basic sorting, let me show you first. Now, basic, okay, let me take a new sheet here. Okay, now let's say I'm having Jan, I'm having March, or I'll put up in even more simpler way. Let's say I'm having A, it is C, D, E, and B. Okay, like this I'm going to have the data, which is not arranged in the alphabetical order. Okay, now I'm going to select this. Okay, and in your home tab itself, you have the concept of sort and filter. So if you can observe here, funnel kind, A, Z, you have the symbol, which is nothing but your sort and filter function. So here, if you just go to click on this, okay, you have three types of sorting. You have sort A to Z, you have Z to A, and you have custom sort. Okay, so here you have the concept of A to Z. Now I've already selected the data here from A to B, and I'm going to click on A to Z. So can you see it has arranged my data in the alphabetical order? Okay. Suppose for the same data, if I select Z to A, E should come first and A should come at the last. So this is again Z to A. So these are the two basic sorting. One is A to Z and one is Z to A. Like how in numbering we have the ascending order and the descending order, right? Which you will see in your filter functions. In sorting also we have A to Z and Z to A. Now, what is the concept of custom sorting? Now, if I go to the concept of custom sorting, okay, customize means what? How I want, I can arrange my data, I can define my data. We say no, it is tailor made. So how I want, I can customize my data, I can arrange my data. So I need not follow any any track or any way. So how I want, I can define my data for myself. So here, once you click on that custom sort, you are going to get a dialog box, okay, of sort. And here you can come to the last column, which is the order. Okay, so you have column, you have sort on, and you have this order. So now under order, now basically we've applied Z to A, it is showing there, we've applied Z to A. And next to that Z to A, can you see a drop down menu here? You're going to click on that. And can you see there you have custom list? Click on that custom list. Okay, and again you have a dialog box appearing as custom list. Now already it is in one form. Let's say I want to put it in my own form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that add. Just click on this add. Okay, let's say I want D first. Enter. I want B next. I want A next. C, and then E at the last. So D should come first, B should come next. Then after that we have A and then C and then E. Okay, and I'll give it as OK. Again here I'll give as OK. So what happened? So how I want, I can arrange my data. That is called as custom sorting in Excel. I hope this concept is clear for all. Now, based on this custom sorting, you're going to handle this, which is sorting function. So here you have three exercises. Okay. Now see, in the first exercise, you have the months. Okay. And accordingly, you have the revenue generated for every month. So April, you have three revenues. Again, May, June, August, September, October, November, and December. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. And again you have January, and the last you have is this March. So it is not arranged in the proper order. Okay, so you're going to sort the uh, okay, you're going to sort it in the calendar month sequence. You're going to start from January, end as December. Okay, accordingly, you against it you have the amounts automatically being put up. Okay, this is the first exercise you're going to have. The second, I've put up at the bottom, see, north, east, west, south. I'll just zoom. Yes. So here, if you can observe, yes, you have to arrange it in the way of news. Now it is you have zones west, east, north, and south. Okay, and you're going to arrange the data in the news way, which is north should come first, east, west, and then south. So all this cannot be done by using the basic sorting, that is A to Z or Z to A. It can only be done by custom sorting. That's why I showed you how to apply the custom sorting, so that you can do this exercise. Okay, and the third exercise is also in the same way. You're going to arrange the data, first the director, then the senior manager, then the manager, and the last should come as the associate. Okay, so all these three exercises can be solved by using the custom sort. Okay, and now I'll show you one of them. I'll show you exercise 3. Exercise 1, 2, and 3 are going to put up. Okay, so I'll just show you one exercise here. Exercise 3 I will show you, where we have the names of the employees and their designation in the corresponding column. Okay, so I'm going to select this column, go to sort and filter, go to custom sort, go to order and custom list. So here I want it in the which way? I want first the director. Okay, followed by senior manager. Afterwards we will have the manager. The last one we have is this, the associate. Okay, and then give OK, and then again give OK. Okay, so here you're going to are not selected, yes. So here, yeah, you're going to select this first, and accordingly you're going to put up your sorting and filtering of your data. So use this custom sort and then go for it. Yes, can you make out the difference here? So like this you can go into you're going to arrange your data. Okay, so like this you're going to put up the data. So you just solve the other two exercises by using this custom sort function, how I've done it now. Accordingly the values will also be put up. What, Shruti, the custom sort you want me to explain again? Which concept you want me to explain again? Is it custom sorting? You have to make a reply. Right, fine, fine. Okay, fine. So I will just explain you the concept again. See here, now you have the data here, correct? Right? So you're going to select this data. Okay, you're going to go to the sort and filter, go to the custom sort, and then you're going to go to the order, and here you have the custom list. Select that custom list, and you're going to first select the add option. One second, and let me delete this already existing one. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to click on add, and in which way I want. First, I want the director. Okay, then followed by senior manager. Again, I am having manager. Again, associate. Okay, okay, and then okay. Okay, so now you're going to get a message like this, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to close this. Now, after you select this, again, solely this you're going to put up, because now designation we are supposed to change here accordingly. So what you're going to do is first you're going to select again this, and then again go to custom sorting, continue with the current selection, and then sort. So what happens now? What list you have selected, you're going to select that and give it as OK. So this way you can change the designation. Yes, ma'am, from sort and filter only. From beginning, if you want to, yeah, so I hope it's clear. Yeah, Shruti and the others. So you can just understood, yeah, you can just apply this concept and crack the other exercises as well, which I've taught you by using this custom sorting. So time will be given to you. You can just apply this custom sorting, and you can also solve the other two exercises which I've given up in your Excel sheet. It's fine, it's fine. No problem. We can first sort out the other two exercises so that your sorting function gets completed. After you have done, then we can think of moving for the next one. So once you're done with the other two exercises, you can confirm. Good. That's pretty good. The first row will change. In case if it is not, then you can apply the sorting function for both actually. The values in the first row. The values actually, you have the text there, Christina. So you can apply the basic sorting and you can apply the custom sorting for the next. That's why I've shown you both. I'm addressing to Christina B. So you can apply the basic sorting and the custom sorting, both the functions for this to get the proper result. Or you can apply custom sorting for both the columns. So it will be applicable. You can apply custom sorting for both the columns. You will get the proper result. So I hope the concepts which have been covered till here, that is starting from the introduction till sorting function, I hope it's clear for all of you. Right, so in case if you have any doubts, the last few minutes you can just ask before I end the session. Right, in case if you have any doubts with regard to any of the concepts, you can raise your doubts. Okay, and in your next session, that is in tomorrow's session, we are going to continue with again the additional functions in your Excel which you have in your file. You're going to complete that first, and then we're going to move on to the next concept. I hope you've got the solution, Christina. I've addressed your doubt. Yes, and for the others, yes. So till now, you can just run through these concepts once, okay, before you again begin your session tomorrow. You can just brush through these concepts, and then so that when we start tomorrow, it'll be like one kind of revision, a small recap before you begin your next session tomorrow. You can sort actually. I told you by using the custom sort Tasmia, you can do it. If you have to sort both the columns at the same time, you can do it. Can be done by using your custom sorting. You can make a try. Otherwise, I'll show it to you in the next class for Christina and Tasmia how you can change both. Okay. So I'll address your doubts in your next class for Tasmia and Christina. In case if you're not getting, it's fine. I'm going to repeat your custom sorting again. So no worries. Okay. Fine. So so we bring an end to today's session. Hope it was informative, interesting for all of you. Uh, Hope you have valuable inputs. Yeah, from your first session, the the entire session will be very interesting, very informative. So please be connected to the entire program. That's what I expect from your group. Okay, so don't leave your sessions in between. Hope the consistency remains till the end. Okay, so I'll see you off in the next class. Until then, bye.